Hello everyone. Well, Dr. Pumpkin called and she asked for some strange requirements to be sent to her new lab. She asked for flowers. So, I found some. Here goes.
Oi, not my flowers!
Ooh.
Hello scientists, Dr. Pumpkin here, speaking to you from the top secret lab. Well, I mean kitchen. Anyway, I've got some super science that you can try at home. You see, Professor Pickle and I have been working on some amazing science of colour experiments for the next time we see you at the British Motor Museum. In the meantime though, there's loads of science you can be trying from home. For example, I've got an amazing colourful experiment called Flower Power. I'm going to change the colour of these flowers with the power of science. But how? Well, all I need to do is give those flowers a little drink. Make sure you have an adult's permission to dye their flowers, and you may need some help with the scissors. You'll need to cut the stem of your flower diagonally. Okay, now I've cut the end of the stem diagonally, all I need to do is get the colour part ready. So, I've got this milk bottle full of water, and I'm going to add a few drops of green food dye to it. This is the part where you might need a grown-up to help you, just in case everything gets covered in food dye and you get in trouble. We won't want that. Let's pop a few in. There we go. And I need to give it a bit of a swirl round to make sure it's all mixed. There we go. That bit of swirl. It's looking nice and green now. Oh yeah. And then all I have to do is put the flour into the water and leave it for about 12 hours and see if any amazing colour changing science has happened. However, I've got another challenge for you. You see, I don't just have one flower and I don't just have one colour of food dye. What would happen if you got two different vessels of water and then you got two different colours of food dye? What about green and red? And then, what would happen if you split the stem on one of your flowers in half, putting one half into one vessel and one half into the other, and leaving that for 12 hours too? I'll let you find out, and I'll see you in 12 hours time. Hello everyone, I'm back to check on my flower power experiment to see if my flowers change colour. Let's have a look. Well, it's got a bit of a green tinge to it, but I reckon it could be brighter. I know, I'll call the professor on the science phone and see if he's got any answers. Oh hey, Professor Pickle, my flower power experiment is a bit of a damp squib. Do you think I could borrow the HGSE? Yeah, I'll wait. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, I'm sure I can find a solution on my own. Thanks, Professor Pickle. See ya. Right then. What I'm going to do is put a bit more green food colouring into the bottle. Then I'm going to leave it on a sunny windowsill for a few more hours and see if the green colour intensifies. Fingers crossed. Okay everyone, let's see if it worked. Wow! Check it out! That is definitely much greener than it was before. But do you know what happens? Well, you see, inside a flower's stem, there are tubes called xylem tubes that transport water and nutrients from the roots all the way up to the petals. With my flower here, it's not just taking the water up to the petals, the xylem tubes have taken the food colouring too, dyeing the petals green. What happened when you tried it with your flowers? What happened when you split the stem in half and put one half in food colouring of one colour and the other half in a different colour? Did you end up with a two-tone flower? Well, I hope you have fun changing the colour of your flowers and I will see you next time for some more amazing science. Bye everyone.
Hello everyone, it's Professor Pickle. Well, earlier, Dr. Pumpkin called me, demanding the HGSE. Well, I had to be reminded. Hydrogalactic Scientific Equipment. I keep it in this basket on the back of my horseless carriage. Shall we take a look? Oh yes, it's all coming back now, look. One hydrogalactic pourer. You might call it a watering can. Good. Ooh, one hydrogalactic gun. Or a water sprinkler. What's next? Ooh, the hydrogalactic water carrier. You might call it a bowl. Well, it's all there. I can't understand why she hasn't asked for any balloons. But not to fear, Pumpkin. I've got one here in my pocket, look. What? Pumpkin? You lunatic, you! Oh.